Well, looks like everyone's about here. So let's go ahead and go. All right. So first of all, welcome to JetAdvice webinar, What's New in 3.0. My name's Alex Keeneman. I'm part of the support staff for Euroform. I'm located in the U.S. So we have support all around the world just to be able to help do things like this and provide support 24 hours a day. So anyway, let's talk about what's new in JetAdvice 3.0. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go ahead and go through the PowerPoint presentation. Then we'll go ahead and do a live demo, actually going through JetAdvice 3.0. And then we'll have a Q&A session. So as far as Q&A goes, you may have noticed your sound's been disabled during this time, and also maybe your mouse clicks. That's just to make sure we can kind of get through the slide set, live demo, and any questions you see along the way, don't hesitate to write them in the live chat. We have someone on hand that's going to be capturing all that, and we'll make sure we have answers by the end of the presentation. And on Friday, we will send a PDF file of the PowerPoint presentation to everyone who's attended. All right, well, let's first cover the agenda. These are the points we're going to cover. We're working with Microsoft Azure. We have a lot of new user interface improvements, new enrollment process for our users, new report system, new alert opportunities as well, great new group stuff, languages, fill people in on the support portal, get the live demo, have some Q&A, and talk about the videos. And there's a good point at the very end, so you have to stay for that part. All right. So with Microsoft Azure, why did we go with that? In June 2015, we really jumped into it for reasons of performance, scalability, and security. The next few slides will show that. So what you see here is a graph from the statistics of emails sent out from JetAdvice Manager from our email provider. And from February to March in 2015, we got really nervous because of the large spike you can see here in this area. And it was due to something on our end that we didn't see coming. And we saw if this happened a lot, we couldn't scale up and maintain performance. So we realized we needed to update now, and that's when we started really implementing Azure. So the implementation took longer than we expected, but this is where we're at today, and we're going to be releasing this 3.0 soon. And it's going to be a wonderful thing, especially for the amount of reports that we send per month. We started out just a minimal amount, and as you can see today, we're close 550 million reports being sent every month. And as you can see, this pattern, it's growing. So being able to meet this expectation is also being able to handle it performance-wise. So today we're able to adapt, and we can scale up and scale down easily with Microsoft Azure. So it's been a really good success thing for us. And the third reason is security. In Euroform, we try to have the best security as possible with respect to usability. Microsoft Azure doesn't do it all for us, but it does a lot. Mark Cohenberg, our sales manager, has posted a great article on LinkedIn, and you should give it a look at with the JetAdvice Euroform LinkedIn site there. It's got a lot more details that you might find more interesting as far as security goes. And what you see here is a slide that you'll use when you receive this PDF later, that just the different bullet points and things like that we're going to cover about the new user interface. So at the end of the day, we listen to you. Our customers and our users, developers, everyone had ideas. The older menus were not so easy to use. You remember they were up here in this top area. It was kind of difficult to kind of go down and choose the one you wanted before it disappeared. Yeah, that happened. We understood it wasn't the greatest. We moved away from that, improved the UI, gave it a nice polished look, and it doesn't look like Windows 95 anymore. So I think you guys are going to reap the benefits of that, and mainly because as you grow in numbers with customers, we know you need to be more efficient. So we did design improvements for color and layout. We did some updates for icons and help options and redesigned the structure. So the menu you saw was in the top center. You had to do a lot of different things to make that work, but now it's on the left. And you'll notice that it's highlighted here to show you what menu option you're at, and then actually what submenu option. So there's different kind of structure here. In the dark part, you have the first and second levels. Whenever there's a third level option, it'll be generally up here in the blue section. But as you click to open alerts to see what's underneath it, it won't change your screen here. So it'll allow you to kind of be flexible and have an idea to see if that's where you really want to go with before clicking there. And a wonderful thing that's been added is the breadcrumbs for easy navigation. So a lot of you asked to make it easier to navigate faster to other parts of the product. When you're in a report and you don't want to have to go back to click on reports and click on overview, you can simply click on reports or review here, and it'll take you to your report base. Or even further, pressing the home icon will actually take you to your default dashboard, whether it be, if you're a dealer, you'd be at your dealer dashboard. If you're a customer, it'd take you to your customer dashboard, giving you right back to the heart and center of your portal. All right, one of the great new aspects, really cool, is that access for account from any page. So as a dealer, you don't have to be on your dealer dashboard and go down to the bottom and kind of go through that message. You could be in the reports area or alerts, and all you have to do is just click the customer name here. It gives you information about the customer, where you're at now, and also a pencil icon to be able to edit that, which is a great way to have access there. But the cool thing is to select change customer. And this allows you to see that if we wanted to change the customer demo, we're going to have a different set down here of the customers, because right now what's highlighted is dealer incorporated 2015, and it shows us the actual customer accounts that are below that dealer level. So if we press here, it'll go ahead and update that one down there. It hides the tree, essentially, showing us the one that we have sold, and it provides the customer demo option here, where we can go ahead and select that by clicking it, and you can tell immediately we are now in the customer demo account, and it's also reflected in the breadcrumbs area. So it's doing that automatically. Some of the new features, we put a lot of emphasis in the devices that you guys have, and want to make sure when you look at a device, you can see information about the usage, the model, supplies, inventory. You have a home base for that, and this is accessed by pressing the icon next to the printer, either on the dashboard or within a view, and it'll bring you to the specifics of, or the device details of, a printer. What we've done here, though, is we've taken the important bits and pieces of the device information. All the basics will be listed in the header area of each tab. So no matter if you choose the model tab, this information will always stay the same. It won't change, but the bottom area will, reflecting your choice up here. And one of the other features on this area was, by your request that we've heard a lot, is when you look at a device, you really are interested about the usage. So the usage will be the default tab that joins first. An important part is these tabs are also kind of the third level button options, or third level menu options within this area. You will be able to add your own logo in the upper left-hand corner. I'm sure most of you know about the private label program, but an option like this will be something that will give you the ability to change yourself. And we'll make sure this option is available to you. You'll need to follow Euroform JetAdvice on LinkedIn to be the first to know when that's available for you in 3.0. All right, we've now added a lot of new and updated icons We also have many other tooltips to help you use JetAdvice Manager. For example, in the reports section under Reports and Overview, we have the eye. Whenever you see the eye, it gives you a ability to get more information about that. In this situation, would be a report, so we would show you the report view. And some of the updated icons would be the exporting, emailing. So when you see these icons, you'll know what they do and what they stand for. Under Manage, within the Report section, you'll be able to choose to see the report log, be able to know when things have been emailed or exported. The Edit function with the pencil icon, the trash can allows you to delete, and the duplication option here allows you to duplicate a report, for example, so you can make a similar yet different report if you need to make changes, and the archive option. And on most pages, what we've done is we've also added the filter, allowing you to be able to search better on the pages that you're at in case you have a lot of reports. It'll help narrow down the fields. And whenever you see a question mark, it allows you to see more information about what's happening when you're pressing Create next to Customer Reports. This is identifying that the reports will be linked to the customer only and will not be ever linked to the demo. So whenever you're a dealer and you make a customer here, they will not be on all of your accounts, only this account. Many of you have seen the advanced counters and relied on that information. And part of that is the advanced counters now has been moved to the assessment menu, as it's often used for assessments previously. What's different about assessments now? Well, in Filter, you can select a specific vendor or show all, and that's something you couldn't do before. You had to specify this manufacturer before, and it would only show you what those counters were with those devices. And you had to specify whether it was color or mono or printer MFD. And now you have the ability to select show all for all of those to generate that list. When show all is selected, you'll only see the advanced counters of the devices where data is available. So even though there might be options available for a manufacturer, not all devices are capable of showing those details. So we're only providing you the most meaningful counters in this area now. And the advanced counters can also be set to be downloaded by choosing the export option. So you'll be able to get a one-time download of that. And now for the enrollment process when adding new users. As mentioned before, security really is the #1 priority for Euroform. So when having users sign up, it's an acceptance opportunity now, and also they have to create their own password. So let's go ahead and show you that process. So like before, adding a user is simply done by going to Admin and Users for the account that you're on, and you would select the Create New User. You can see down below there's a section now for pending user validation, and we'll go into that in just a moment. So we'll click on Create New User in the third level menu structure here, and it'll take us to the opportunity where we can start filling in information for the potential new user. So we fill in the user information in the top section, and you'll notice that there's no password. That's now for the user. When they sign up and accept the terms, they'll be able to assign their own login credentials at that time. You'll notice that the email here has an asterisk. It is one of the most required fields. In the end, the email address from now on in 3.0 will be the username. So the username will be the email address and the specified password that the user will configure. But once all this information is filled in, you can specify what role they have, either they're a customer or a dealer, what language to choose from. There are 17 different language options now, and also the country. After clicking country, it'll specify the best localized format it's predicted, and you'll be able to change that from the drop-down menus. just to make sure it's accurate for your customer. And when done, just press Send Invitation. So we've done our job to get the users their invitation sent to them. So on our end, we can see that at this point, they haven't accepted the invitation yet. In the bottom section here, it shows us the status of not validated. And if it goes past 28 days or 4 weeks, it'll say validation expired. So it'll give you an indication of where the situation is with the customer. During any time of the point of the customer has been added, you can resend the invitation link if they didn't get it or if their invitation actually expired. You can send it within the 4 weeks or 28 days or even after the expiration. And in the event, if you did create it on accident or there was an error and didn't get to the right person, you can select the trash can icon to delete the user validation in case such events happen or the user does not accept the opportunity. You can delete it here as well. So what does the user get in their email? They get this nice invitation and also a button and link to confirm the user details and allow them to complete the process here. When they click on either one of the link or the button, it'll take them to a web browser where they can choose the information for themselves, the password. In this case, they can press the question mark icon to reveal that we do have some criteria here where there's upper, lowercase, numbers, and special characters need to be used. And that'll allow them to see what the requirements are. They can change the country code and format or time zone if needed. But finally, before the user can press submit, they'll need to select the I agree with the terms of use of JetAdvice Manager. I believe the link will actually take them to the terms of use so they can read that before they accept. And when they press submit, the user validation should be complete. And the new user will be in the account user section in the top area. All right. Now, with reports, if you can remember earlier, we were seeing about 500,000 reports every month now, and that's growing. There's some words that went around the office saying that was about 740 reports an hour. The fact that they're created and used so often really shows their value. And we've made some changes to the report system to streamline the process. So let's take a look at that and see how easy we made it. Now what you're seeing here is the reports overview section. Before we had separate areas called views and reports, where views were the vehicle to kind of see what was in the reports, and then you could schedule the email reporting from that. Now they've been combined. This is the area where you can see the reports that are in here and which ones are being active, actually being sent out. And you still have the ability to create them from this area. This next example will walk through looking at the report template, and we'll do it from the customer demo side, which is the dealer level, and make a master report. All right, so same as before. The most important part is getting the name set up so you know what you're reporting on, and also a description if necessary to back up the information there. And the availability is going to be, we define this to start on the on the dealer side. So we want to make sure it's either going to be available for the customer or only available for the dealer to be able to see and use. And then finally, one of the best options about our new report system is the content. So we have 5 different report types that allow you to create the reports. And when you choose each one of these individually, it will change the available columns below. There is some information that don't really make a lot of sense to have in a supply alerts report or devices report, vice versa. So it allows us to define the basic needs for the type of report you're going to create, and then it can use the available columns on the left to add whatever you feel might benefit your reports. And when creating reports, you still have the same options you've had before. Clicking this would say click for more information and allows the filter to expand. And it allows you to search for text criteria, active time period, and also the group feature. I'm going to go into a special detail later where you can create dealer groups. So when you're making a master group for several customers, you can also assign the group that you've created for all customers. And you're only collecting information from, or excuse me, the report will only be gathering information from that group you select. We've given more options for the reporting period, time to look back through. And you can choose other if you don't find one of these meets your needs and define that time period for yourself. And one of the great aspects with the reports now is the data sources, where you can truly create a master report choosing who should be included in the report, either the current customer, all customers across the same level, or specific customers. So you can pick and choose who you want the report to be pulling information from. And when you choose specific customers, it'll allow you to bring up the option to be able to select them individually. And then when you're done, you would press create. So once a report is created, it can be scheduled to be sent on a regular basis. And all you need to do is add email receivers for that and set up the scheduling. And that's done by pressing the blue icon here next to email. It won't be blue normally. When it's active, it'll be blue, and it'll have a number count next to it to show how many emails are coming from it. So what you can do is you can click choose your data source here, fill out any of the information for who it should be sent to. You can change the subject, and you can change the body if you like. And like before, you can choose your output formats where we have CSV, PDF, Excel, or XML. You can also look at the frequency. It's really about the same thing as what you're used to. By clicking Advanced Settings here, the click to show, it'll reveal a great opportunity for dealer reports. In case you don't want only one report with all of your customers in one, you can set it up to be multiple files. But by default, generally it'll be single file, and that email will come to you directly via email and be just a single file with all the information you requested in your report. When you press create to the email scheduling, you will get the sample being sent to you right away. The Excel version now, the dealer image, and also information about the report and the criteria. In this situation, this was a single account report, for example, and it shows a summary and then a data set. So it gives you this on the front page and the data set on the secondary. XML, PDF, both have some updates, but we'll go over that in another time when that information is more available. So the email report has been defined. So we just went through the process of creating the email and defining who it's going to be sent to. And we can see that it's truly active by the blue icon indicating it is active and the number count next to it indicating how many different emails are being sent from this. So clicking that will reveal that this is the individual here receiving it, this is the report name, and the next time it'll be sent. And as we mentioned before, creating a report for the current customer can be done directly at the customer level just by pressing create next to customer reports. In the event that the report has been set to archived, you can be able to go ahead and use the filter option to unarchive that, or select show archived and click yes to be able to see those, we'll bring those back so we can see which ones have been archived, for example, and be able to unarchive them if necessary. So it's kind of a new feature. You don't have to necessarily delete reports, but you can definitely hide them out and put them away for a while. Alerts. In JetAdvice, we use the word alert a lot when something happens, and we are setting it up to allow you to have better reaction times to when these alerts happen. On the dashboard, whether it be the dealer dashboard or account dashboard, by loading the alerts, you'll be able to see the different alert types for the accounts. And what we've done here is we've given the opportunity to be able to set a filter for what you see. By default, in the filter, there'll be critical and error generally set, warning will be unchecked, and so you may not see all the typical types of alerts here, but by going to filter and adding what you'd like to see, it'll show you those. It'll show you the total count, and it'll break down how many of each type are there. And it'll do that for each type of alert structure there. And you can actually use the filter to, as a dealer, refine it by customer or device name or serial number if you're looking for a specific device. And in the event you want to have these emails, when these come up on your dashboard, you want to have them sent to you, you can press the email alerts button here. And that'll take the admin customers settings section for the current customer that you're on, and on the alerts tab, and it'll allow you to specify if you'd like to subscribe to these alerts and have them in your email. You can specify who it should be sent to and which alerts you'd like to receive. So if you'd like to get device alerts, if those are more important to you, aside from account alerts, you can specify which ones you'd like to have brought to your attention. And what they do is they send a single email for when the alert arrives directly to your inbox rather than a report somewhere else where you'll have to go look at it. So it gives you an opportunity to have a very fast response time and be able to react proactively for your customers. That can be done with supply notifications as well. On the customer side, you will be able to identify the supply thresholds for the dashboard settings there, and you'll only be able to set the trigger just to be able to identify when a notification comes up on the dashboard, what it will be based on this information here in the thresholds. And when it displays there, if you have it set to email you, it'll be either one of these options here that you choose. As mentioned earlier, grouping device, we do have a new group option here, and grouping your devices makes it a lot easier to do your business here. Okay, so we now have the option to create a group and apply it to all accounts. Only root groups can be used on all accounts at the top level here. At this point, under groups and manage groups, you're no longer limited to creating a group only on the account that you're currently on. As a dealer, you can specify the dealer group here as the scope, who created it and who can see it. Sorry. The required view role allows whether or not the users can see it. Either the customer can see it and the dealer, or just the dealer if it's set to those different options there. Basically, it saves time and a lot of man hours of creating reports on every different account if you're going to have a consistent account or group on every account where devices are going to be added, and those are the ones you're going to be billing on. It allows you to do it one time, and you can have customers help by assigning the devices to that group when that group is created, if you allow that to happen. So once the on contract group that was just created, once you click on it, you'll be able to see that the owner scope, is set to dealer. So this is a true dealer group that all of the customers under customer demo will have this group on that account. All right. And we've seen creating a report before, but I'd really like to show that we can create how we use the reports with dealer groups. So either going to reports overview and creating, or selecting one from the list here with the pencil icon, you can edit it. And it'll bring you into where you can go down to the filter option and be able to choose that specific group. And at that point, you can specify the customers that should be using that group option. And as for languages, a huge effort's been made creating and proofreading all the 17 different languages in JetAdvice. The main language in JetAdvice is English, so if a word is not translated from the other languages, it will be in English. So we'll rely on you and your help if you find any non-translated words in your native language to please help us on the word, how it should be translated. So you can send an email to support@Euroform, including the URL of the page, a screen dump where you've seen it, and the right usage if all possible. But we think we've done a really good job, but we still could use your help in case you find anything like that. All right. Let's see here. One quick moment here. Looks like I might be having a little bit of difficulty here with the team viewer. I was wondering, can anyone chat in the live chat area, just hit ping and say, yes, I can still hear you? Perfect. Okay, great. Looks like it may just be one individual. I'll definitely catch up with them on a singular basis later. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Well, back to the good stuff here. Now, this is a great area. I'm not sure if our customers take advantage of. It's our Euroform support portal. It gives you a certain area to be able to see all of your cases open and closed and be able to submit new ones from there as well. If you've ever sent an email to support@Euroform.com, you're going to get a reply back. And the reply will always have this link here at the bottom showing you that you can update and see your cases at euroform.worketc.com. And this is where you can kind of click and get to the portal, and you can access your own area to see your own cases. It's a really great benefit to be able to see what's been updated in case you miss out on some emails. And this is what the login screen is going to kind of look like. If you don't have an account, then you can use the register here option in the lower left-hand corner. You just sign in with your email and password and your credentials. If you've done it before and you don't remember, you can always use the forgot your password option here. Once logged in, it really just gives you an easy overview for the cases in progress and the cases that are closed. You can, right now, in progress is open, so it's showing the 2 that are open. If clicked close, it would show you the ones that are closed. From this portal area here, it does give you the option to create a new support case, and you can just click that button. It'll allow you to just launch right away into creating a brand new one. The upper right-hand corner will allow you to change your I believe your password information and maybe other criteria there as well. But what's important is you can access your cases and create new ones. Creating a new one just allows us a great way to put the title in, what's the issue, category if necessary, and really the important part is to put in the description of how can we help you, what seems to be the problem. I know it seems really obvious, but it'd be great if we had information that was a standard, like the account ID, what the account name is, what printer name, IP address, any sort of screenshot that's going to help us resolve this in a really quick and timely manner.